Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook?
Look, it's not our fault you can't hate a page on Facebook. Take that up with Zuckerberg. Look us up at facebook.com/gentlemen-on-the-air. That's Gentle, M-E-N, on the air.
It has been interview central here on the Gentleman Show lately. You notice that?
Wow, a ton.
Yeah, a ton. It's been nonstop. Just, we've been living inside of other people's lives.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, because our lives really aren't that interesting, right?
Yeah, my life is usually terrible, so I like to live vicariously through others.
That's fine.
We had Adam Gontier,
Right.
Jeff Jarrett,
Yeah.
and now
we've got a big one. And, I think it's safe to say King and I especially were excited about this one.
You ain't lying.
Because, we're huge fans of this band, and
wait a second.
What?
You're making me seem like a douche to this guy now. Like, oh, we were, but Mickey and Lazy E.
You could say we are huge fans, or you can say we're ultra gigantor fans.
I think
see what I did there? See?
Yes. You could say that. I think you can go that way. Anyway, today on the Gentleman Show, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. We have Brett Ditgen from Redline Chemistry. Welcome to the show, Brett.
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty well. How are you doing? We understand you were doing some tornado action there. You were running from tornadoes tonight.
Yeah, got a little action here in Kansas City, which we typically do. Not normally August, but it was a little sketchy this evening. And I was driving home through it and made it here, thankfully, so I could talk to my fans, apparently. I have some fans up there in the area.
A little bit, yeah. We're kind of fans, sort of.
A little bit, yeah, just a smidge.
Oh, they are lying. They were wetting their pants before you came on the phone.
Yeah, no, well, I appreciate that. Thanks for having me on.
No, we're excited, man. We're really excited, for this new album. I mean, it's been a couple years. We've got 2 albums. Well, technically, we do have 3 albums, but we had 2 major releases, Dying for a Living in 2011, Tug of War in 2013, and now we've got Chemical High and Hand Grenade coming out. And actually, this was originally put out in 2006, right? And this was your first ever debut album.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long story behind it, but yeah, long and short of it is, back when we were first getting together, this was our first full release. We were just regional, just trying to make a name for ourselves in the area, namely just our own hometown city. And we self-released it. We put out probably 3,000 copies, and then after that, we never duplicated anymore. We moved on, and then eventually we were able to run into the opportunity of getting signed back in 2009. And then we moved on, of course, with other albums, and that stuff just kind of sat there, doing nothing. But it was something that we've always wanted to do, especially after, the last few years of having some national exposure. I mean, these are songs that are, we still play them live, and people will come up and ask us how they can get a hold of certain songs, or, there's some underground vibes of where can I get this or whatever, but it's always been a huge priority for us to kind of make our past and our raw, youthful, hungry musician days before we had any conceptions of the evil music industry as it stands today.
Yeah.
We just wanted to, we've always wanted to get that music out and share it with all of our fans, It's a huge part of our lives.
So with the release of this album again, is there any differences now? Is the sound different because you got it mastered from a record label now instead of just releasing it out right in the beginning? Is there a different sound, a mastering of it, or is there, well, obviously we have new tracks to it. What else can we expect?
I mean, for those of you who haven't heard it, you can just expect some straight up rock songs that are some high energy, and
absolutely,
it's we kind of go through the same processes for the last couple records, are the same types of processes and influences or energies amongst the band. You're just going to get more Redline Chemistry. It was just earlier on, but it's been nice to hear some feedback that, I mean, some people think this is brand new stuff, which is awesome.
Well, to a lot of people it is.
Stuff that we wrote years ago, it means it's still relevant, and it still holds water in an industry or in the rock world where things progressively get heavier and heavier and heavier. And for us to be able to put some of this stuff out at this point and still have it stand up against a lot of the stuff that's out there it's a good feeling. And but yeah, you're just going to get some Redline Chemistry music, and if you've liked the last stuff, I think you're probably going to like this stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, I think it is to a lot of people. I mean, because you mentioned that was going to be one of my questions, was how many copies of the original album actually existed? You said about 3,000. So to a lot of people, this stuff is new, and that might be why. I mean, I noticed that Meds for the Hypocrite, which is the lead single off of the album, is already on the top 50 on Radio Radio Contraband. So obviously you're getting some good reaction to it.
Yes, yeah, it's been awesome, man. I mean, we've been on hiatus since we split with our past record label, which was September of 2013. So we really haven't done much, man. You know, we kind of took a break. That situation left us on our asses, and we had to kind of walk away and figure out what was going to happen and think about our personal lives and our other responsibilities. And we're fortunate to get involved with Pavement and make this kind of a no-brainer release for us right off the bat. Is, you know, talking with the label, the band wasn't really in a position to, you know, move forward with a new record. But again, we had this opportunity to present this record, so it seemed like the right way for us to re-engage with all of our fans and get back out there. Absolutely, Brett. Now, I'm looking here, and now that you're signed with Pavement now, you've got this remastered album coming out, I'm sorry, not Meds for the Hypocrite, that's the single, Chemical High and Hand Grenade, coming out again. And also looking at some of your past touring dates that you've done, you've performed with bands such as Godsmack, Seven Dust, Burn Halo, Saving Abel, all those kind of bands. Is there any plans at this point to start touring to maybe support this album? It's probably going to be regional stuff that we'll kind of ease back into. You know, I wish that we were positioned in a way that we could financially sustain. But we're working on this is a smaller scale kind of operation. It's a smaller label, and we're cool with that. You know, Pavement's kind of given us the free for all to do, you know, as much as we can or want to do. But we're not working with huge budget like we maybe were in the past. Right. And, you know, being an up-and-coming band, whether we are where we are now or even, you know, back when, is just every band out there knows it's very difficult to sustain yourself on the road, and we all kind of have some personal priorities that are taking precedent over touring with regard to family and children and whatnot at this point. So unfortunately, probably national touring, not probably going to happen this year. But we certainly hope to position ourselves to be able to get back out there and visit our fans and get back to these radio stations that are helping us out and supporting this record.
Now, you've done this before, obviously. Does this make this time around, coming back out, almost starting anew, a little bit easier? Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think it's probably because we don't feel as much pressure.
You've probably learned some lessons along the way, too, I imagine, that have sort of lent to, you know, having a more, I guess, refined outlook for how to do things. And, you know better what to do here, maybe not so much what to do there and that sort of thing as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, it's just kind of about being realistic within our own means and understanding where we're at as a band and doing the best that we can for ourselves and our fans to keep them engaged, to keep us happy, and to keep us involved in putting out music and continuing to reach people and continuing to grow this thing, but yet on our own terms and kind of feeling less pressure and more like we're in control of however we want to approach it and however much we want to do. Or, you know, I guess we're just in a different place where we're not looking at the radio charts all the time going, you know, if this single doesn't hit the top 20, then, you know, it's really going to hurt our careers or our checkbooks or right. What are we going to do? You know, we put out 6 singles, you know, nationally, and they've all stopped short of 20. You know, and we're okay with that. I cannot complain, you know. We're satisfied with that. And now we're just kind of at peace with how things are going to roll. I guess you could say we're kind of taking the approach of we're just going to try to let the music do what the music can do, because there's no painting any pictures around, you know, how much money can be involved. We're limited, unfortunately, this time. And in a different place, but it's still, I think, a better place personally for us because we feel more at peace with where we're at and less pressure overall.
You said the PC answer about touring, you know, you have to spend time with family and everything. You're just talking to us right now. No one's going to hear this besides anybody who downloads. What do you not tell your family when you go on tour? There's some things that you're like, well, they don't need to know.
They don't need to know what happens on Bunk Alley. I know that much.
Yeah. You know, it's always been kind of a don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah. It's a Vegas thing.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
But there's certain family members that, you know, like, you know, a brother that I'm tight with. And yeah, but honestly, man, my mom has been out to a lot of shows. She's in Phoenix. That was a huge market for us. And she's this little frail, you know, just mom. and she'd come out and hang, and she knows that things go down. And she was out there one year. It was a festival
in the mosh pit. Please tell me in the mosh pit, right?
No. But it was the Halloween festival, and I think it was the Deftones that headlined that year. And we were running around backstage doing all kinds of stuff, and Mom got a little glimpse of that. But I don't know. We normally don't talk too much about it, I guess. I mean,
probably good.
That sounds like an awesome rock mom, though.
That's a question that you guys already know the answer to.
But you said it now, and now all our beliefs are true.
Well, you're going to have to jump on and involve yourself actively within a tour bus environment in order to find out those answers.
I am totally willing to do that.
Whether or not you can get on is,
that's the question.
That's on me.
I'm sure he could get on. Whether or not they'll allow him to stay is really the bigger question.
My girlfriend's in there, man. Yeah, a lot of people's girlfriends are in there, man.
Now, we've got the new album. It's coming out on July 24th of this year. Meds for the Meds. I'm sorry, that's the single. I keep looking at the wrong thing.
The same thing.
Chemical High and Hand Grenade is the album. Meds for the Hypocrite is the single. It's coming out on July 24th. Now, I'm just happy that you guys are still. I mean, even though this is for you guys, it's older music. But I mean, for me, for instance, this is new music.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're just happy that you're making music because I mean, we actually, you guys did get some spins on the local radio station here in our market, and we actually, we're rock radio jocks ourselves. We've all been on the air at one point or another, and we used to love introing Ultra Gigantor.
Except Mickey.
Well, no, Mickey here.
Close.
Yes, close. No cigar.
You guys
though.
are in Wilkes. What was it? Wilkes-Barre? Is that where you're
Oh,
at?
no, Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, it's in like the Scranton region, but you did get some spins here. We used to love introing Ultra Gigantor. That was our favorite
My
thing.
absolute favorite to intro was Ultra Gigantor. But one of my favorite songs of all time right now, too.
Do you guys know a guy by the name of Jim Bone?
Yeah. He used to be our morning guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he used to be at 98.9 The Rock. He's one of our great friends.
Yeah, he was in Kansas City.
I
That's
remember
right.
him talking about his Kansas City days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a small world, man.
We've been through your town one time, a long time ago, to see him, and haven't been back, unfortunately.
Well, you got to come back now because you know us. We're here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So come back, please. Do a show. We'll be front row.
Funny story about Jim Bone. He made me paint my ass on the air. That's not a lie. That's not a lie, unfortunately.
Yeah, Ultra Gigantor, man, we love that song, and I mean,
the intro to our show.
Yeah, we actually used the opening riff as part of the intro of our show. We've been fans of Redline Chemistry, honestly, since the first time we heard you guys, and I think we can collectively say we're just happy that you're still making music, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, and the whole band does. Thank you.
Now, where's the album going to be available? It's going to be everywhere, like Amazon, I'm guessing, iTunes, wherever you can download it, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I mean, all the digital avenues. I think physical distribution is going to be strategically placed, but very limited, as in, people don't really buy CDs anymore.
And
so.
I actually do. I buy nothing but CDs. I'm like a geezer in that regard, but I'm okay with it.
You're a 22-year-old, 50-year-old man.
But I just want to apologize for our chatty Cathy Mickey over there. I know she hasn't shut up during the entire interview, so please, Mickey, stop talking.
I really have nothing to say. You guys have filled me all in. I mean,
Well,
Brett, I mean, I know you've said you really want to touch roots with your fan base out there, which I think is fantastic. And as a musician, from my own standpoint, I mean, I definitely see how re-releasing an album would definitely help open up some new avenues where you have fans who haven't heard this old stuff, as you want to put it, quote unquote. And do you feel like, sometime in the near future, you guys are going to start working on something new, just to kind of bring your fans up to date on what's coming up?
Yeah, that's definitely, I mean, continuing to write music is the ultimate task. It's the ultimate goal. It's the reason why we're still doing it. And, any band, it's the most important thing is to continue writing, continue bringing new stuff to the fans. And, of course, we definitely want to continue to do that on whatever level we can. And, I mean, we just feel fortunate that we had the experiences that we did, in the last 5 or 6 years that helped us get to a decent level on a national plane. And now to be able to kind of relaunch, with a new fresh look and some new objectives with a new label that's supportive is great. And, the next step after that is definitely going to work our way back into the studio and pump out some more tunes for sure.
We'll definitely look forward to that, and we're definitely looking forward to July 24th. Chemical High and a Hand Grenade is going to be available wherever you can download. And again, I know physical copies strategically placed on my CD shelf, I hope. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Brett Ditgen, thank you so much for joining the show. And right before we let you go, do a quick plug party for us. Let us know where we can find the band, where we can find you.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. The band's all there. Go to our Facebook page on Redline Chemistry. If you want to follow us individually, we're all there. Instagram, Redline Chemistry. Twitter, @RedlineChem, CHEM. YouTube channel is RLC Video. There's tons of videos of us touring and songs and all kinds of stuff there. So please reach out and check out our music and help support this record and get your radio stations to play us more.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and we look forward to seeing you down the road, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Brett Ditgen, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
You can fool all the people some of the time and some of the people all the time, but you'll never be able to prove a damn thing either way. It's The Gentleman's Show.